I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. He is the one and only Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. I'm the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. We are peddling fiction, back a day late and a dollar short. All because of technology. Technology's been fucking failing us.
Isn't it fucking grand? On top of I was having internet issues, which I was kind of surprised with the 15 plus inches of snow that we got. And today's the first day it's broken above like teens in the last 3 days. And it still it's still 25 degrees, but I fully expected to have more problems with like either the power going out or internet going out or something like that. And other than a blip yesterday afternoon, I haven't had any issues with my internet. But then when I got my internet back on, I couldn't get fucking StreamYard to work. Then so for the people who don't use StreamYard or any type of a service like that, we have like studios set up for, like, I have one for my show. I have one for the morning show. We've got this one for this show. And then Johnny has one that he uses for some of his like market commentary stuff. Like, we have different little studios so that you can just plug into the studio and record or go live or whatever with all of your presets. And yesterday, everything disappeared. I couldn't find anything. Like, none of our studios were there. And I tried creating a new one. And then when I would go back to the dashboard, it was gone. So I ended up creating like 3 different ones. When it all came back today, I found I'd created like 3 different ones that just, I would create it and then I would hit refresh and it would just disappear. Like, I couldn't get anything to work. And I guess they gave the site an update and kind of revamped the look a little bit. And it's like, fucking why? It accomplished nothing. Nothing's different, better, change. They just change for the sake of change is fucking useless.
Yeah, it seems like it's people just kind of justifying their existence. It's like, okay, we need to rearrange the way everything looks. Like we were talking about, like I didn't spend a lot of time on it, but it didn't look like there were any improvements. Everything was just kind of in a different place. It's like, great, now I got to learn how to do this shit again. By the way, I totally thought it was something that I did on Friday. Because I did my first live thing, and I've totally fucked it up. I couldn't figure out how to go live for peddling fiction. Ended up just going live like random. Like, I thought I had it set up right, but because I don't have like the premium X account, it wouldn't let me do that. So I was like, all right, I'll do it to the YouTube. But then it didn't have any of the channel set up. Like, it didn't have the backdrop, didn't have the intro music, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna roll with it. and then the next time I log in, nothing's there. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck did I do?
Well, one of the guys that I do the morning show with, he had set a thing up on Monday, and he had the same, because I texted him yesterday. I was like, was everything like, was the dashboard all look like normal when you set the show up on Monday? And he said, yeah, I didn't notice anything unusual. He's like, wow, I didn't fuck something up, did I? I was like, I can't think of any way that you possibly could have. Like, You just set up a stream, and the same for you. Like there's no way you could have just like
deleted everybody else's
completely
thing.
wiped our entire account. Yeah, it was interesting. But like Facebook does this, and like a bunch of Instagram, like a bunch of the different social media. I think that's the thing that I like the most about Twitter or X is other than like the name change, it's been pretty much the exact same fucking format for at least for as long as I've been using it. Like I can't think of any real changes that have been made.
Yeah. Well, they did that thing with the chat. That was kind of weird. I don't know if that's over now. I had chats in 2 different places.
Yeah, they added the encrypted chat for if you're a premium subscriber, and that's, I mean, I like that. It allows you to have a little more protection for your DMs, but other than that, I mean, yeah, and I understand how that would be frustrating. Like it didn't affect me at all because I have the premium account, but if you didn't, then yeah, there was definitely some weird shit that got kind of finagled around on that.
But I get stuck in once I figure out how to do something, especially when it comes to computers and technology, like just don't fucking change it. Don't fucking change it. And I don't know, like we did get I got internet now. I don't know if I talked about this. Guess what they did, Justin? Exactly what I told them to fucking do 3 weeks ago. They set up a separate channel for the 5G network. And it works like a charm. But I mean, they brought in a different router just for me, but it like created a separate channel. And I was like, we could have done this a month ago.
When I told you.
But they go through everything that I had already tried. I had tried more than they did, actually. I worked on this for like a couple of days. And then there was just like a week period where I didn't hear from them. And then there was like a protest one day, so they couldn't come. And then they came and did exactly what I told them to do. So that was great. Now there's just this random, I don't think you're not gonna be able to hear it on the mic because it like cuts out background noise pretty well, but there's this random buzzing noise. It's like a high pitched buzz that comes in and out. I can't figure out where it's coming from. So if I go completely crazy over the next couple of months, it's from that noise. It's like the other night, it was just all night long. And now I'm like hyper vigilant about all this, about all these noises. And so I was like, where the fuck is it coming? It's almost more obnoxious than the noise is that I can't figure out what's causing it. It's nothing in the apartment as far as I can tell. Like I unplugged the fucking fridge. It was still going. And it's just kind of out there in the ether. A friend of mine was like, maybe they have solar panels on the roof because I'm on the top floor and it's like noise from the solar panels. I was like, I don't know. I mean, like, it sounds almost like interference from two technological things that are like interfering. It's kind of like that. I was like, what are solar panels doing at 2 o'clock in the morning that would cause a buzzing noise? I don't know. Anyway, that's my new issue. Still doing better than anybody in Minnesota. What a shit show that fucking state is. Jesus.
Man, and like a lot of people have been pointing it out. Like, why? The Nick Shirley guy went and revealed a bunch of like the Somalian daycare fraud and stuff. And not only that, but like a bunch of other like Medicare fraud and everything else. And then all of a sudden the left needs to protest illegals being deported. Like, why? Make it make sense. But I mean, I guess the tragic thing of it is like 2 people have died because of their own insanity of like feeling it's necessary to go stand off against federal agents to protect like criminals. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot to unpack there, but yeah, this whole thing started. I mean, there were protests over ICE, like in California and Oregon and stuff like that. before this. But yeah, the catalyst for this was the fact that a bunch of fraud was exposed. And then Trump's like, all right, here comes 3,000 fucking agents to throw out illegal immigrants. And then that just sent them into a fucking tizzy. This dude, I don't know if it's because the left is so pro-government intervention in people's lives that they freak out when you point out that they do a terrible job with everything. Because, I mean, they ran Elon Musk out of town in a couple of months for proposing cuts to things. And they come out with all these, that ridiculous study that said 600,000 people died because we cut the USAID money. It's okay. So they shit a brick sideways the second you point out, hey, you know all these pussy politicians that are stealing billions of dollars from us? Well, they're not even trying to manage it properly. And it's all going to fraud, all of it. And here's some low-hanging fruit that we could cut out of the budget that, by the way, is $2 trillion more than they're taking in taxes. And we're $39 trillion in debt. And hey, why don't we cut that? And they start screeching at the top of their lungs. And I don't know if it's because, like I said, because they're just so pro. I don't know how you could be pro these types of programs when you're just like, dude, look at this. They're not even managing any kids. Like all these daycare centers, there's no kids there. It's just a bunch of Somalians fucking taking money from you and then laughing about it. Or it's like it's just because Trump was doing it, and so Trump is bad, and so anything that he does, we have to fucking freak out.
Well, that's the thing. It's the Trump is bad. Like my son and I have been having conversations about what's been going on, about ICE, about all of the situation in Minnesota. It's like there are 10 times more deportations happening in Texas and Florida, and like I think Tennessee is another big state. Like there are several states that there are a ton more, and there are no protests. There's no violence. Nobody's getting killed. You don't have all this bullshit. Like, because they're not actively impeding ICE in doing their job. And then, like, when you look back, Obama criticized George W. Bush for not deporting enough people. Obama was the deporter in chief. Like for his 8 years, they deported more people in the Obama administration than Trump could ever dream of. Like maybe if Trump ramps it up over the next 2 years, he could possibly get somewhere close. But I mean, they're not touching Obama level deportations. And then, like, if you look at some of the charts and stuff over the last like 2-ish years of the Biden administration to the first 8 or 9 months of the second Trump administration, deportations remain relatively flat. Like about the same number of people were getting deported every month from the last 2 years of Biden to the first 9 to 10 months of Trump. Nobody complained at all for those 2 years of Biden, but literally the second Trump is in office, now they're rioting and protesting. Like it's
they're useful idiots. It's 100% driven by the fucking corporate press. Because it's like that meme where they just shine the telescope or the light on one thing to focus on. It's like, yeah, you look at the deportations, like there were even more during Obama, like every fucking year during Obama, and Biden was like the same. Yeah, it's like nothing is really changing. I mean, they're using it's more like heavy-handed tactics, I guess, but it's only because of they ramped up all of these agitators, and it just kind of feeds on itself. If the media wasn't blowing this out of proportion and making it, look at these Gestapo coming in here to just kidnap people, nobody would even fucking notice. And nobody would be protesting. But like people, they can just get people riled up for something that was not a change in policy at all.
Well, and that's the thing is none of this is like Trump, right? Like he ran on a platform of deporting illegals and made a big deal of it, but nothing changed. Like, this has been going on consistently for a while, and it just recently got ramped up over the last 3 or 4 months, but really it had been going on at a pretty steady pace, like I said, for over 2 years. And none of this is like, they act like Trump is using ICE as his own personal like security force to kick people out that he doesn't like or some shit. It's like all of the and ICE is some unconstitutional thing or whatever. All of this was congressionally, like, there are laws on the books, Congress actually fucking doing something at some point. And granted, it's like in the last 20 to 30 years, but everything that like ICE is doing is congressionally approved. Like it got voted on and it got passed into law, and not literally none of it during a Trump administration. It all happened like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, these are people that are constantly talking about how wonderful democracy is and how our democracy is at risk and blah. Okay, well, Trump, even if Trump had just instituted all of these policies himself, he just won your democratic election. He won the popular vote. He won every swing state. Like, there's a mandate to deport people. And if you believe in democracy, it's like, okay, well, they voted on this. The majority of people have said that they want these people deported. So to go out there and interfere with it, do you really believe in democracy? Going through the borders. Yeah. Like, it really is amazing the power of propaganda, that you can just get people so riled up when basically nothing has changed. Now, that being said, the way, like, I feel like Trump and the administration overall should have anticipated this. Like, you should know that they're going to freak out no matter what you do. And so you should be coming up with some sort of tactic to kind of avoid the optics of how bad this looks for you. Because when people start getting shot, it's like, yeah, this is not looking good. This is not the way it's supposed to go. And like you said, in these red states like Texas and whatever, not only are there more illegal immigrants to deport, but you're a more welcomed presence, and you can avoid, you're not going to have all these crazy liberal lefty fucking women getting in your way and causing fucking problems. So why aren't you just focusing on like more of the low hanging fruit and just getting more deportations quicker and easier than fighting it out in fucking Minnesota in the freezing cold? Like, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't be wasting my resources there. This is like, go to Texas. They'll round, like, the people will help you round them up in Texas.
Right. Like if I'm one of these paid protesters, because did you see where like the donor list got leaked of all of these people that are like the donors that have been supporting all of these protests? Interestingly enough, like the night that got leaked, within a few hours, Tim Walz calls Donald Trump and wants to start working together. But like the donor list got leaked, and there were other like these signal chats and stuff that some Minnesota lawmakers were running these signal chats, like organizing this stuff to like run these protests and anti-ICE movements and stuff. Like, if I'm one of these paid protesters and like, can we like go to California, or because ICE is busy in California and Texas and Florida this time of year. Like, can we go somewhere and not frozen tundra of fucking Minnesota? Like, please.
Yeah, you'd have to pay me a lot to go to Minnesota to fucking do this. But yeah, it just seems like such an unforced error by the Trump administration to be duking it. And it seems like Donald Trump is kind of capitulating on this by working with Walz. He's like, okay, yeah, maybe we'll have like a strategic retreat out of here, because this is just getting too crazy. It's getting too fucking crazy. I don't think anybody the vast majority of people that even really support deportation, like, yeah, fuck around, find out, let's deport them. They still don't want to see people getting fucking just mag dumped in the streets, no matter how obnoxious they are, which they're pretty fucking obnoxious, dude. They're just a bunch of jagoffs. But you could have easily just gone to the states where the vast majority of the illegals are, and you're going to get, you know, maybe that will cause them to flee to places like Minnesota. Remember when, I mean, this is a couple of years ago when was it Abbott or whatever was sending just fucking buses of illegals to Chicago and like Michigan, and then they sent like a fucking plane to, was it New Jersey or whatever, sent them to fucking Martha's Vineyard. Like, dude, if they want to be these sanctuary cities, it's like, okay, we're going to clean up all the states and cities that don't want to be sanctuary cities. And you'll probably, all these fucking illegals will know not to go to Texas, not to go to Tennessee, not to be in, we'll go to California, we'll go to Chicago, we'll go to fucking Minnesota, and let them just choke on this fucking problem. Let them choke on it, because they will cry uncle. And then you don't have to, you can just sit back and watch them struggle. Cut the funding, obviously. You cut the federal funding for all their shit. So then it's literally just up to Minnesota. Tim Walz is fucking dumbass, and everybody else over, and that what's Fry, whatever the fuck his name is, that tool.
Yeah, Jacob Frey.
Yeah, Jacob Frey. It's like, let them just choke on this fucking problem and have to deal with their constituents who are now up to their eyeballs in Somalians and shit like that, like with the fraud, the extra cost of all these illegal immigrants. Especially the amount of illegal immigrants that are probably over there that are on some of these federal programs too, which is just like, yeah, they should discriminate against the productive immigrants and non-productive. Accepting bribes. Yeah, that is the Latin American way. Like, I don't know, there's so many better ways that you could deal with this. Like, you could troll them into instead of just coming in there and giving them the talking points of Trump's a Nazi. Here's his Gestapo coming in there. And then, it's kind of a win-win from the crazy leftist perspective, because it's like, okay, you create this narrative, which is, objectively not really true, but you can make it look like it's true. Go in there, agitate them, fuck with everyone's like, oh, well, they should be trained not to do that. It's like, yeah, but dude, have you ever had a bunch of fucking jagoffs just like getting in your way, blowing whistles and shit constantly, like all day long? Like, you're going to fucking snap. They're not robots. They're human beings with guns now. And you're agitating them on purpose. Like, I don't care how much training you have. At a certain point, especially when you're doing this for months on end, like, you're going to have a fucking moment where you just lose it.
One, did you see where that guy that got shot had a week prior had gotten into a scuffle with ICE agents somewhere else in Minneapolis and had gotten body slammed? Said he feared for his life. Obviously, he didn't fear that much for his life, because he went right back out and did it again the next week. And took a gun the next time. Like, I can't think of anything.
Directing traffic, like he was just walking down the street, saw a little traffic issue, and decided to, help out.
I can't think of a situation where I've had something that sincerely made me fear for my life, that I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back next week, and I'm going to add a score multiplier of a deadly weapon.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's hard to feel bad for these people because it's so fucking avoidable. Just stay out of it. Just stay out of it.
And like, there's been a big deal that's been made about, the carry thing. Should he have been allowed to carry? Absolutely. You can absolutely carry wherever you want. If you want to go to there was some like AI bullshit that had some Minnesota law that you're not allowed to carry at a demonstration. That doesn't exist. That was generated. There is no such law. You can carry in Minnesota. It's an open carry state. You can carry whenever you want. It doesn't matter. But like, and this is the thing that I've been on the whole time since this happened. Anybody who's taken any level of carry course, like I have my gun license in Indiana, and I also have a concealed carry permit. Like, anybody who's taken any level of training on this stuff, one of the main things that you learn if you're going to be carrying, whether it's open or concealed, is you should absolutely not instigate or escalate any type of conflict, especially if there's law enforcement involved. Your first act as soon as you come in contact with law enforcement is, I have a gun. This is where it is. Like, so everybody knows, and nobody this is basic, like, 101 shit. This isn't controversial. If you carry, these are things that you should know and should do. And I worry that the problem is now you have a bunch of leftists who don't understand that, like, just the basic concepts of what people who legally carry guns regularly have done and gone through, and understand as, like, these are just kind of the unwritten rules of, if you're going to carry, you have taken on a certain level of responsibility that you are 100% responsible for. Like, and if you don't do these things, you might end up dead. Like, that's something that I know every time I walk out in public with my fucking gun tucked into my waistband. I know what I'm.
The thing is, the left does not understand personal responsibility. Like, it still blows my mind. All of these fucking broads, they go in there and they start fighting with ICE, and then ICE like shoves them to the ground. They're like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" It's like, what do you think is happening?
Did you see the one where the chick
tried in the middle of a fucking thing?
Did you see the one where the chick tried to pick up a flashbang and throw it back on him, and it exploded in her hand and blew her fingers off? It's like,
yeah. Oh my god! Like, what are you doing? It's like, what do you think they're doing? What they're gonna do when you start like interrupting? Like, not that doesn't justify anything that happens, but it's just like, how do you not understand the personal responsibility aspect? Like, that this could be a possibility. If you take a gun out in the fucking public, it's like you could end up killing someone, or that gun could end up being used against you. Like, these are possibilities, and the odds of you getting killed by a firearm go up by 100% or whatever the second you carry a firearm. Like, it increases the odds of these things happening, and you have to take responsibility for that. Now, I've watched that video from a bunch of different angles and slowed down and everything. I don't think it was a good shoot, but again, like, these are like crazy fucking scenarios. Everything's happening fast. You got a bunch of jagoffs blowing whistles. You got some dude yelling gun, 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 and then a gun goes. I don't know if that gun actually went off. There was like people saying the gun went off. It looked like he had just taken the gun and gotten out of there. But like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, these things are going to happen. The more you have these confrontations, the more these kinds of things are going to happen. So probably best to just stay out of it. Not get involved, let them deport the people that aren't supposed to be here. Okay, maybe they're not like a MS-13 gang member. Maybe they are just somebody who's here with the family. They are here illegally. They are still allowed to deport those people. And I think most countries would support illegal immigrants being deported. Like, I can't think of a lot of countries. Like I always compare this to Mexico because I'm in Mexico. If I was here illegally, I don't think any Mexicans would come to my defense, be like, no, you should be able to stay here. Like, it's retarded.
Just the other day, CNN or one of them ran an episode where they were showing like polling results, and these weren't like Fox News polls or stuff. Like, this was the New York Times, ABC, NBC, USA Today polls, where what they were showing was anywhere from 55 to 65% of the people polled not just supported ICE deporting illegals, like violent criminal type illegals, but supporting up to 65% of the poll responders said they supported ICE deporting all illegal immigrants. It's like you were on the wrong side of
yeah. Well, the only way they can get those numbers to change is if more Americans get shot by ICE, essentially, which is why they're doing this. Clearly, these are useful idiots that they can gin up into a fucking tizzy to go out there and get themselves killed. And then you have like retarded people on the right just saying, oh, well, you shouldn't, all of a sudden they're against people fucking carrying gun and you shouldn't have had a gun. And, you know, just justifying everything that's going on. And then you have like, this is exactly what they want because they cannot get normal average Americans to get behind having unfettered immigration, illegal immigration without turning, this into like a police state and having people fucking killed in the streets. That's the only way that they can get the poll numbers to change.
To get those poll numbers to change, the left isn't doing themselves a lot of favors with their most rabid supporters of trying to protect illegals and go against ICE are also some of the most insane fucking people out there. Like you've got 2 different nurses that have recently been fired and had their
nurses, dude. Nurses are always nuts.
Been fired and had their licenses stripped because they were suggesting that you should find creative ways to attack and even kill ICE agents and conservatives. It's like, so you got one in Florida and another one in Virginia that were making fucking TikTok videos suggesting ways to attack ICE agents and conservatives from their jobs as nurses. And both of them got fired. Both of them got their nursing license stripped away from them by their respective states. It's like, yeah, like what
like
the
that,
fuck do you expect? And like when you've got people like that, you're not like, yeah, that might speak really well to the insane guy that was standing out there screaming at ICE, shoot me in the fucking head. It's like, dude, like that's like, yes, that might play well to that group, to that crowd, but the people that are in that 65% that think we need to deport all illegals, you're not winning anybody over with that. In fact, you're probably turning some that were kind of like on the fringe of, I don't know about to deport all the illegals to like, yeah, maybe we should deport all the illegals and all the liberal white women.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if anybody protests like, all right, do you want to trade places with them? It's like you can go and they can stay. How about that? But yeah, it is like people are going to prefer. It's like, okay, yeah, the illegals can stay here if it means that we're not going to have this kind of chaos in our streets. It just seems so chaotic and ridiculous. And yeah, more people are going to get killed unless they just change these tactics. And like I said, dude, it would just be so much better for the Trump administration to just be like, all right, just here, you want some, here, have some more illegals. Like we tried, all right, we tried it our way. You guys clearly don't want it. Take some more. And we'll just move to the other states that want us there. Get rid of all of that. I mean, we're only getting rid of like a couple 100,000 at this point. There's got to be 50 million illegals now, dude. I'm sorry, dude. They've been talking about 12 million for the last like 15 years. I think 10 years ago, it was probably 30 million. There's got to be 50 million fucking illegals in the U.S. And we're only removing 200 some odd thousand, and it's taking this much effort. It's just like, fuck it, dude. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Just move on and force all of these incoming illegals and ones that are already here who are afraid of getting deported to either, okay, I have to go to Minnesota now, or I can go back to fucking Venezuela or whatever. Like, just make them decide. And then I think you'll end up winning a lot more people, even more support for getting rid of illegal immigrants when these these blue states really start and cities really start choking on the fucking problem, because they're already broke. We're broke at the state and local level too. And if they're not getting any federal funding and they're getting more and more illegal immigrants, especially that aren't working, and they're bilking all of these fucking programs, the people there are going to be fed up, just like they were on the south side of Chicago a couple of years ago. There's ways that you can win them over. Obviously, you're never going to win over all these crazy blue-haired fucking nurses and shit. They're nuts. And the pretties of the world, like, you're not going to win those over, but you're going to win over the vast majority of people. And then they don't really have anything to like, how are they going to protest? They're going to start coming down to fucking Texas and doing it.
Well, the crazy thing is, there have been more self-deportations than what ICE and DHS have deported. I was looking at the numbers. It's like 550 to 600,000 ICE or Border Patrol detainees who have been deported. Another 65 to 70,000 that are still currently in detention, waiting for their disposition on deportation, where they're going, whatever. But like it's estimated between 1.9 and 2.2 million have self-deported. And they're just like, yeah, fuck this, we're out. It's like,
yeah. And more would do it if you just cut off these fucking spigots of all the childcare horseshit and whatever else scams they got going, where they're just getting free stuff. It's like, okay, turn that off and see how, once the dust settles, let's see what we actually have to deal with and where they are. Having these fucking the ICE agents don't want to have to fucking go through all this shit. It's putting their lives in danger. It's putting civilian lives in danger. It's a pain in the ass, especially in Minnesota. It's fucking freezing. Yeah, just not worth it, man. Just not fucking worth it. Dude, the other thing I saw, might have been on Megyn Kelly's podcast. She had I don't know if it was James O'Keefe. I think it was him, or like somebody that works for him was like accosted by some just fucking protest. Like, he got out of a car like a couple of blocks away from like an ICE thing, and they were like, "Who are you? What are you doing? Like, show me your ID." Did you see that?
Yeah,
and
there
was like complying with them. Dude, you got to tell these people to fuck off.
There were some like IT workers that were sitting at a restaurant, like just having lunch, and this like mob of leftist loons thought that they were ICE agents and started like banging on the windows of this cafe that they were in and screaming and stuff at them. Like, they were just some random people. Yeah, the guy they like mobbed his car. And
well, before that though, they were the Gestapo. They was like, "Show me your papers. Show me that you're fucking press." He's like, "Here's my press ID." And then they kept like hounding him. They're like, they were patting him down. They patted down his fucking security guard. I'm like, dude, first of all, why are you capitulating to these fucking cunts, dude? I would be like, are you kidding me? Fuck off. How about that? How about you fuck off? You fuck right off and give me, like, that's what I'm like, yeah, dude. That's what you need to be using your fucking Second Amendment for.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, that's the kind of crazy shit. That's why I have a gun in every vehicle that I own. Like, I'm not fucking around getting caught up in a fucking mob and getting dragged out of my truck or getting dragged out of my car. Like, and
then they ended up leaving, and then while they were leaving, they were chucking like frozen water bottles at them and stuff. And yeah, these are not good people. Like, that's dude, watching the corporate press lie. And then I don't know if you saw any of the Kash Patel interview or Kristi Noem just completely bullshitting about what happened. The Kristi Noem thing was crazy, dude. She was like, dude, it was on the level of anything that you would hear on like MSNBC, just in the other direction, or MS Now, whatever it's called. She's like, oh, yeah, an armed man approached ICE agents, and when the ICE agents attempted to disarm him, he got violent. Like, it was just like, wait, dude, that is nothing like what happened at all. It was pretty fucking wild, and that's not doing them any favors either. When they exaggerate or just outright lie about what actually happened, because one of the best things in my mind that happened over the last couple of years is like with the police body cam footage and all these cell phones and shit. It's like, oh, dude, you can see that all of these like hands up, don't shoot things are complete bullshit. And anything MSNBC, MS Now tells you, CNN, that's always going to be bullshit too. Like we now have the camera footage, and it's like, it's almost like Cash Patel said, like, you don't have a right to take a firearm to a protest. I think that's what he was talking about. It was bullshit.
It's interesting that you bring up the body cam stuff because the left is starting to change their minds on that.
He said in the wake of Michael Brown, we'll market it to low information people in the public, to well-meaning liberal people. We'll market it as accountability and transparency. And so they totally shifted. And then they were able to get hundreds of millions of dollars toward their goal of outfitting every single cop in the United States with a mobile surveillance camera that the police control. They control when it's on, when it's off, what it captures, when something is captured is released to the public. So if the police capture, let's say, an undocumented immigrant committing some crime, that's out on Fox News and the New York Post within hours. But if they capture the police doing something horrific, the public may never see that video. So body cameras are a mirage. And as I write in the propaganda book, and it's really critical to understand exactly how it happens, not only do they not reduce police violence, but they have been an essential propaganda tool in convincing so many well-meaning people across our society that the authorities care about police violence, that they want accountability, that they're doing something, right? And it distracts people from the core important kinds of changes that we need, which is to reduce the size and power of these bureaucracies.
So we need to do away with the body cams because they're actually just a propaganda tool to...
Yeah, right. No, they're a fucking sledgehammer against the propaganda of the corporate press. I mean, think back to the Renee Good shooting. If you didn't have any cell phone camera footage or the body camera footage from the ICE guy, and you just heard the CNN, it's like, okay, yeah, like this, this guy just mag dumped into a fucking woman who was just sitting in a parked car, just minding her own business. Like that's all that happened. And then if you take the Kristi Noem thing, she made it seem like this guy was brandishing a firearm and walking towards ICE agents. And when they tried to disarm him, he started shooting. Like that's basically what she was saying happened. And that he was, because he had like multiple magazines, it was clearly that he was just intent on killing a bunch of people there. She literally said these fucking things. It was ridiculous, dude. But it's like, we have the footage. We have tons of footage. I'm sure there's body cam footage. I haven't seen any of the body cam footage, but we have cell phone footage of people just of these stupid fucking ladies. And they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? What did you just do? It's like, yeah, they just fucking shot him. I don't think they needed to shoot him because they had disarmed him. But it's just like, what do you think is going to happen when you're fucking causing all this mayhem and it's fucking crazy and you're blowing your stupid fucking rape whistles? You're not making it any easier for them to communicate, for that guy to be like, he's got a gun. Okay, I got the gun. It's like, you can't fucking hear anything. These people are going ballistic. So they're making the fucking situation worse, but we can all see it now. We can see what's happening. And the other thing that's funny is like, regardless of what, like two people can see the exact same video and still come to opposite conclusions, apparently. That's pretty amazing, but at least we have it out there now so we can counteract the narratives from fucking CNN or whatever administration is in power. And yeah, it turns out that, the vast majority of these things that were just like, oh yeah, the cops are just, just walking while black or whatever that's usually not the case.
Demanding body cams has been the biggest fumble the left has had over the past like 5-6 years.
Well, it's because they don't understand that stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. They have this they live in this counter reality, this bizarro world where it's just like, oh yeah, no, this is all bullshit, and then they're faced with the reality of reality, and like they just want to bury their head in the sand.
Speaking of reality, we got about We got about 15 minutes before I gotta start getting ready for work. How real is Ilhan Omar getting squirted with what? What did this dude squirt her with? I don't even know.
And nobody knows, as far as I can tell.
I hope it was bacon grease. Honestly, oh,
that'd be funny.
That's what I want. Okay, check this out. Like, for anybody that's ever been at one of these events, like, they put people where they want them. You don't just walk in and go sit at the front. Like, they make sure that people are seated where they want people seated. So they deliberately put this guy.
Round of applause for Congresswoman Omar's staff who's here. Hi everyone, I'm Hennepin.
Like, they put this dude right up here at the fucking front, and then he like squirts her with, like I said, I don't know.
It's like a syringe of something, right?
Yeah.
Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
Oh my God, he's sprayed something.
I need an apple to know nothing.
Yeah, so he gets up, he sprays her, and she like lunges towards him like she's gonna do something.
We will continue. These fucking assholes are not gonna get away with it.
Yeah, and now she's all tough. So
this is reminiscent of after like the Leering Center and everything. They had the Somalis come out and they're like, "Oh no, we closed down last week, but we have other students who come in and they come in at different times, and we're really this hurts us that you would attack our community like this." This is giving those vibes. No, this fucking asshole. We're going to keep doing the what?
yeah, so remember the number of people that still believe that Trump staged the assassination attempt that actually killed a couple people, or at least one guy. This has massive, completely fake vibes. I mean, not only well, first of all, she's not even concerned. Like, if that was like acid or something that he sprayed on her, she's not concerned about what was sprayed on her. She immediately lunges towards him like she's gonna fucking cold clock him or something. I don't know if that's like one of her bodyguards or something that grabbed him and kind of threw him to the ground, but she kind of like gets in there like she's gonna do something, and then she's acting all tough, and then she continues the speech. And this is like takes a lot of attention away from the fact that all these fucking Somalians are stealing billions and billions of dollars, and that she's all, her net worth went from 0 to 30 million in a year.
Here's
way too convenient.
Here's a better angle of her attack.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Again, this dude is literally sitting right at the front.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot emphasize enough. They make sure that the people are seated where they want the people seated. Like, you don't just happen to walk into an event like this and sit down wherever you
first
want.
in line, so you got to sit right, not just in the front, like right in front of the podium. He's like 2 feet away from her.
Like, they stage these events to make sure people are seated where they want them. So, like, this isn't coincidental.
And like I said, if she does not resign, we are going to introduce articles of impeachment.
Yeah, this just reeks of bullshit to me. I'm sorry. What would even be the point of that? From the guy's perspective, like, let's say this wasn't staged. What's the point? You spray her with water from a syringe, apparently. Like, there's just like a completely benign thing.
Maybe it's ham juice.
Okay.
It needs to be something.
Can you make out what he says? He says something. I don't know what he said.
Incoherent. Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't make any. All it does is make Ilhan Omar look good, right? Sympathetic and tough. In the wake of the biggest fucking, like, probably in the wake of her losing her fucking seat and being fucking deported. like she's under investigation, I think, for the marriage to her brother thing and the way her fucking old man came into the country, got her immigration thing. So like there's a chance that her citizen status could get revoked. She's in hot water for the biggest fucking fraud thing that's been uncovered in recent years. Like all kinds of shit. And then all of a sudden here she is looking sympathetic and tough at the same time. And nothing was risked, really. A syringe of water. I don't know. It just seems very, very convenient. If there was ever a time for you to be like, that was completely fucking staged, this would be one of those. Not when like an innocent bystander gets fucking shot and killed. That's generally not how you stage assassination attempts or whatever. So yeah, I'm not believing that for a fucking second, dude. It's just way too convenient. Way too convenient. If he had actually had something that could have hurt her, then okay, that's a different story. But apparently she's perfectly fine and not even concerned whatsoever about what he sprayed on her, because she just continues the speech because she's so tough, you know. But what if it was like, yeah, I don't know, some sort of acid or something? I guess maybe you'd feel it. But I don't know. It just seems very, very convenient. And me personally, if I were to be one of these psychos that was going to do something to a politician when they were talking, like there'd be a point to it. You'd either hear what I said or I would hurt them somehow, right? Like, isn't that the point? Not to not hear what you said and not hurt them. Like, what does that accomplish from this guy's perspective? And who is this guy? Do we know anything about him? We need Reddit to fucking dig into this guy.
That's what I'm trying to.
Like he worked for Tim Walz or something.
I'm trying to find like anything about him. All I've been able to find is apparently he has I think it's a son. I don't know. It's definitely a they them. That's pretty flamboyantly out there. Damn it, where did that go?
That doesn't really check out then. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if we can dig up anything. But yeah, watch this guy turns out to just be like a total Ilhan Omar supporter, lefty squad all the way. He looked kind of like a fat slob retard, so that would check out.
Here we go. Here's the pictures of him with his kid. Maybe son. I don't know. It's a
yeah. Certainly at a minimum non-binary, and yeah, blue hair, orange hair. Is that a septum piercing?
Like queer. So there you go. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that certainly looks queer. So yeah.
Apparently that's a whole thing. Like we just call people queers. You know, like it was a derogatory thing, but it wasn't, you know, like what was it?
Smear the queer. Yeah, it was just going after it. What a great game.
Yeah, one of the
no idea. Queer was just like you call like somebody who's weird or whatever, or just like it's kind of like calling somebody a fag, but not because they were gay.
Right. Like somebody was queer, they were weird. They were like
And if like we were out on the playground, I would just throw the ball at you and yell "smear the queer," and everybody would go after you.
Go fuck them up. Yeah, it didn't mean you were gay or anything. It's just like you're the one. It's your turn. You're about to get fucking wiped out by everybody. Yeah. But now apparently queer is like this really narrowed down like for all this like non-binary and don't like labels. They are very specific about their queer label and what it means to be queer. Like. Good God, go
Q in the 2S LGBTQIA plus. Yeah, God, I wish we could just go back to the 90s. Such a simpler time.
For real.
All right. Anything else we got to get through today?
That was everything I had.
Silver's having a late afternoon rally. Back up at 116.51, touched 117.20, 20 something. Gold's at almost at 5,400. Did it get up there? Not quite. Dude, just going fucking parabolic. Markets are basically flat. S&P flat. NASDAQ up 0.4%. Dow Jones flat. Dollar index. I mentioned this on the live stream I did. It's at 96.40 right now. Just looks like it's gonna fucking tank. I think it's gonna be under 90 pretty soon. Dollar's getting killed, dude. I'm getting killed here in Mexico. We're at 17 fucking 20. 17 pesos to the dollar now. Ugh. We were at 21 this time a year ago. It's a big move in currency markets for those of you paying any attention. Yeah. So the Fed is going to hold, they had a FOMC meeting today. They're not going to raise rates or cut rates. They're going to sit in an extended pause for those of you keeping track. So we'll see what happens once Trump gets his new guy in there. I think that's about it. That's it. Get out of here in under an hour. Bitcoin still under 90,000. Still respecting that bearish flag pattern that I mentioned, dude. Probably like over a month ago now. It's still in that channel. Not looking good. Not looking good for Bitcoin. Putting in still working on that head and shoulders pattern, which would be a massive one. If it completes a head and shoulders pattern, the neckline's at like 75,000, 77,000, and the high's at 126. So if it completes a bearish head and shoulders pattern, the difference between the neckline and the top, you move that down. So that's a $50,000 move down. You're looking at Bitcoin around 25,000. Yeah, I guess that's it. We can get out of here. Get you, what do you got going on?
Got to try to go to work again and hopefully not get stuck out in the street again.
I'm not missing that weather. Although, dude, natural gas, I don't know what's happened today. It's down 45%. Like it had a massive rally over the last week, the last couple of days. It's back down to where it fucking started before that storm hit.
Maybe I need to call my father-in-law and tell him to go ahead and lock us in some gas.
I mean, I always think about trading these storms, but you got to be a little early. Like you want to put the trade on before the storm hits, and then get out of the trade like right as the storm's hitting, just in case because most of the time they blow it out of proportion. But it sounds like it's been pretty bad over there.
Yeah, it was pretty rough and pretty across the board too, like pretty widespread. Everybody that I know that was in the path of it caught it pretty bad. Either ice or like I said, we've got 15 plus inches of snow here. So it's, yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out why this, like it closed yesterday at $6.93. It opened today at $3.77, and that's right where it is. Like that's a fucking massive gap down. So I don't know what that means, but that's crazy. 46% move in a day. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, we can get out of here on that. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to be back on Friday, assuming no more issues.
Yeah, that should be good for Friday. Might have to go a little early, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, early's fine. Until then, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.